Hallöchen im Stream, auch wer auch immer jetzt gerade zuschauen sollte. Ich hoffe, man kann mich. Ich glaube, ich mache. So, jetzt bin ich etwas lauter. Ich hoffe, man kann mich ganz gut verstehen. Ich hoffe, das Lenkrad wird nicht zu laut sein. Es wird aber laut sein. Also macht eure Ohren bereit. Jonas, wenn du hier bist, Grüße gehen raus. An den Bauer. Nein. Ah. Show, gucke ich gerade noch mal auf meinem Handy Dandy vorbei. Ja, der Stream läuft. Also, wer jetzt was in den Chat schreibt, das kann ich jetzt auch sehen. Ja, wer schreibt denn da was? Nick the Gamer, 1, 2, 3. Na, Julian? Wer auch immer Nick the Gamer ist. Hallöchen. Hallo. Ach, Niklas. Niklas, du bist. Hi, Grüße gehen raus an dich, Niklas. Ich würde sagen, fang dann direkt mal mit dem Stream an, würde ich sagen. Los geht's, wir fahren mit einer Mercedes A-Klasse jetzt auf der Dubai GP-Strecke, das heißt der Dubai Formel 1-Strecke. Sagen, los geht's direkt.
Green, green, green. Go, go, go.
So, dann gucken wir mal, dass wir am Anfang hier direkt ein paar Plätze gut machen können. Können wir einfach gut schalten. Direkt mal in den dritten runter. Das ist super blärt, die machen. Ich bin in den vierten geschaltet eben. Sehr schöne Linie gerade gefahren, würde ich sagen. So. Ein bisschen gedüftet an der Stelle. Ein bisschen lose geworden. Ich glaube, ich schreibe Jonas gleich mal als App. Oder Jonas, wenn du gerade auf YouTube bist. Jonas Mertens übrigens. Dann schreib mir was in den Chat. Ich werde es lesen. Okay, das war schon mal wieder professionell. Fahren. Auf dem ersten Platz könnte noch was werden, tatsächlich. Abenteuerlich gerade an der Stelle, aber
done. That's second place. Keep digging.
So. Fuck.
You've got a 3-second lead. That's great. Stay focused and keep pushing.
Guck meinen Stream.
With, which arguably we kind of did with the Boston Dynamics video. The way you do it is this. Real reference for the motion. Real actor on set interacting with people, so people like eye lines match and motions match and rhythms match. Getting actual light samples from your set, aka getting a 360-degree HDRI of the set. If your CG is built in a photorealistic manner, that should all come together and give you a rather photorealistic looking end product.
Apparently what they did was they started with the CG model, then they sent the parts off for printing, 3D printing, and then they sent those to Weta, and Weta actually built scale, practical models of Chappie, and they built 11 of them in different damage states. Obviously, he's moving, so they didn't use that in the film, but they used it as reference.
That's
so
great.
that the lighting was actually they had something to compare it against.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So like in The Mist, they probably didn't have reference of a tentacle thingy. But here they have reference of a robot, and you can actually match it 1-to-1. If you can match them up, it's gonna look perfect. If they couldn't build it and it wouldn't function in real life, then that means you're dealing with something that's impossible and couldn't actually work.
So it also helps it feel authentic.
Yes.
Yes.
The black
Here
hole.
we go.
Interstellar.
Here we go.
This shot,
That's crazy.
like
Isn't
on
that
IMAX,
amazing?
was like,
Interstellar is actually one of our most requested videos in the comments. So I'm glad we're finally getting to it. And if you have any scenes, shows, whatever you would like us to react to, please do leave a comment. Read them. They're great inspiration.
there's like a difference between the David Fincher effect or Chappie, where it's like, oh, that's something that I know and I can
Yeah, I
understand, versus this, which is like, it's beyond us, right? No one has seen something like this. You can see it wobble.
I know.
That's what I
Yeah,
think
so it's a physical model, right?
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
model.
The reflections in the window, perfect.
A black hole, you can't photograph it, right? Because it's a black hole.
Yeah, no light comes out of it.
There's nothing there, right? It's literally just the like supermassive gravity which everything is sucked into. So how would you possibly depict that on film? There's the concept of an accretion disk. The power of the gravity is so amazing that basically it's sucking.
Schallzeit. Die Bremsen sind auch nicht so spitzen. Ja, Rampenständer von hinten.
Like a universe around it. So this is an accretion disk. Now the reason that you're getting this halo effect there, it's kind of interesting. So for this, instead of starting with an artist concept, which is what they would typically do, right? They actually started with a physicist and they said, hey, tell us how black holes work, throw some maths at us. They gave that math to the render engine guys and they actually built a rendering engine just for this.
Wow.
So, and what happened was they had this accretion disk, they had the thing on it, and then they saw this weird halo effect, and they go, it must be a bug. So this isn't right. And then they showed it to Kip, and then he went, oh, of course. And what you're actually seeing is what would physically happen.
You're saying they typed in numbers and hit enter and got that?
Yeah, and it surprised everyone because physically that would happen with an accretion disk. So you're seeing that same accretion disk like a Saturn ring, but you're seeing the other side of the black hole. It's reflecting around it, which is like
So like the black hole's gravity is so intense it's basically lensing the light from the other side and like pulling it up and around the black hole.
That's
Amazing,
insane that is math. And I'm sure they came in and like added some clouds and some cool particles and they tweaked it up a little bit, but that's amazing.
They actually got 2 research papers out of this.
Really?
Yeah, it actually they contributed to the scientific community. Isn't that crazy?
That's awesome.
Unbelievable.
A Hollywood movie.
We'll have to come back to Interstellar again to talk about the robot. So subscribe if you want to see that. I loved your insight on the Lego Movie and a lot of these other like 3D things that you brought to the table. Is that just all from your guru